It is the Charming Giraffe, and today we are working with some more of the Sargent Art Pouring Medium. These are on 4-inch ceramic tiles, but this time we've also added in some of the Sargent Art Acrylic Pearlescent mixing medium in with the pouring medium. Essentially from yesterday's video, I just took a little bit of each of those colors, which were black and white from Artist Loft Flow Acrylic, and then red, yellow, and blue from Artist Loft. That's the bright red, bright yellow, and bright blue. And just set some of each of those aside, and then just put a little squirt of the mixing medium in with it. Some colors you can see the sparkly better than others. Like this one is very sparkly. The white I could barely tell until I dripped some on my hand, and when I went to like wipe it away, it just left like sparkle everywhere. It was beautiful. And then, oh hold on, here's the blue. And I just mixed up a little bit of each of these. And then what I did was I took like the yellow and the blue, mainly because that yellow is really watery, and so I thought if I made a green, like trying to add some of the blue in, it would kind of make it a little bit thicker. It didn't quite work, but it's a pretty color. And then I had the idea, let's go ahead and try that with the orange, so that would use the yellow again also. It was really pretty. Then I thought I'd try to make purple, and I really just made black. But I did put some of the pearlescent in there. So all of these are sparkly. If you can't see it now on the camera, I'll make sure that you should hopefully be able to see it when we do our close-up at the end. So like usual, we're going to start with a tree ring and a flip cup, and then we'll do some other fun ones. So I'll go ahead and start building a flip cup. I guess what I could do to save time is build these at the same time. Our tree ring and our flip cup together. So that was the white, the red. We'll put yellow next. And then the blue. And then I'll add a touch of the green in each, and then just a touch of the black. I do have 2 tiles down here for our drips, our black purple, whatever you want to call this color. It's a mixture of the red from yesterday, the blue from yesterday, and then the mixing medium. There's no actual black in it, technically. Alright. I feel like there's not enough paint in here. So for giggles, let's go and throw in the orange. And I'm definitely one to probably do too much rather than too little. This is one that looks like it had less paint, so I'll go ahead and do that as the flip cup, and then use this one for the tree ring. So we'll go ahead and get started. And then in just a second, I'll fix the lighting. Clearly you can see which way my table is uneven. Move it over here so that when it drips on to the tile. Alright. That was the center. I wanted to go ahead and get rid of it just because it was kind of wonky. Maybe about a 2-for-1 tile here. I'm going to try to stretch this out as much as I can. See if any of the colors come through. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and move that to the side here. May or may not still be in frame. In the meantime, because there was so much paint, I'm going to go ahead and tilt this one around. gorgeous. Lots of blues and oranges in that one. Let's see what kind of mess this one's gonna make. Ooh, pretty. Gorgeous cup too. I'm just gonna go ahead and set that there so I can have the tile. I was so worried about having not enough paint. Clearly I didn't need to be. Well, that one's pretty awesome. Set that there. I'll move this around a little, but I think, no, we probably have enough. I'll go ahead and tilt it all the way. Barely had enough. All right. So I'll go ahead and set all of this out of the way, get some more cups and some more tiles, and do some more projects. We are back. And since those tiles all had a lot of the blues and greens in them, I'm going to do these next ones without those colors. So, I don't know if I'll need a drip one or not, so we'll just plan to not need a drip. Also, I want to make sure I make a skin. If not from some of the drips, then I'll make one off camera to do kind of like a skin comparison with the different pouring mediums. With that being said, let's go ahead and do a reverse dip. I'll do that on this one here. Put a little bit of white down, and we'll just use the red, the yellow, and maybe some of the black purple. I think we're going to need some contrast, so I will put some blue in here. Not a lot, since the other ones came out so blue-greeny, but just something to give it some contrast. First, we will tilt this around. Make sure we get full coverage, so we don't have to worry about doing that after we do the reverse dip. This time I will use a standard bubble wrap. There's a pile over there. I'll go grab a piece. Almost done here. Sorry for the delay. Sometimes the paint wants to move fast, sometimes the paint does not want to move fast. Alright, I'll go grab some bubble wrap. Alright, I'll move this stuff out of the way. I also adjusted the light while I was gone. Didn't realize I didn't have it on the right area. And use this corner here. Gonna lay it down, smush it. Now there's paint on my hand, so what you see on this side won't actually be on the other. And then that might be my new favorite technique. I did this on a piece using a different pouring medium, and it did the exact same thing. Makes it look all kinds of like pixels. Well, I love how that turned out. I'm going to set that to the side. I will have to do that on a canvas someday soon. I've done it before. I think kind of the key is when you have your bubble wrap, don't let it sink in between the colors, or it doesn't make any sense. Like, just let the top of the bubble touch the paint. don't let it seep into like in between the bubbles. That's how I had done it before, like really smush the paint in there. If you don't do that and you just let it touch these little, where each of the little parts you pop, then it makes it like a bunch of like little bitty balloon smashes almost, is kind of how I picture it, and it gives it that pixely look. If you make it touch all the way through, then it's really just as if it was like saran wrap or anything else. Kind of, a little bit different, but more like that versus that design there, that pixely design, which I am in love with. I want to do another tree ring real quick. I want to try to get more colors and less, have less runoff, because I want to give the tree ring its true shot here. So I'm going to go ahead and reload a cup and just do that here. I loved how the ones yesterday turned out, and they had a lot of color, all the different colors. That one, because I ran so much off, didn't have as much of the different colors. Additionally, I am going to leave out the orange and the blue, or sorry, the orange and the green. I'm just going to use the red, yellow, blue, and white. I just want to see how these pearlescent compare with just the standard. I know I'm loading that cup up a lot. Probably won't need it all. Go ahead and do it here. Alright. Let's get some other colors in blue. There we go. Okay. And just in case I need to run some off, we'll run it onto another piece. There we go. Absolutely beautiful. Run it a little bit that way. Now these will all move because my drying station, which is right here, I'm not going to move them from this location when they dry. This table is not level, so I think it's kind of like on this side of the table, so it'll all shift that way. The ones from yesterday will all likely shift the other way. Well, that didn't work. Let's try that again. Alright, so we still got 2 tiles here and plenty of paint. What should we do? Give me a minute to think about it and we'll be right back. Okay, so I had an idea. I think we'll do a like blowing technique. So I'm going to get some white, kind of coating the entire piece, and then I'll put some other colors down and then blow it around, have them mix together. That. I think I know what I want to do. I'm going to do too much green. Just 3 little drops there, and then blue. And then put some more white here and kind of push the white into the red into the yellow, yellow into the blue, etc. Wish me luck. that's beautiful. I held my straw like this with all my painty hands and therefore ate paint. Not recommended. Not recommended at all. Avoid eating paint. It doesn't taste good, not yummy, possibly harmful for you. I'm not worried, but don't do it. Don't try this at home. I mean, you can try painting at home, but don't eat paint at home. I am going to do that again, but with less white. I'm not concerned about these colors that I'm adding to this tile. And I'm going to move it back a little bit. Move this one out of the way. There we go. And I'm not going to flood as much white or potentially any. Let's see what we can do with this. Alright, that's pretty cool too. See if it'll move at all. Yeah, it's moving a little. I'm going to move it around just a little bit. Okay, good enough. Didn't move around very much. What I will do next is I will torch all of these and bring you in for close-up. Alright, here we are for the close-up. So here's the first one we did, which was the flip cup. And you can see probably more so where the glare hits all the sparkle. The whole thing is sparkly. There are some like divots in the lower, this corner here, but all of that other is glitter from the pearlescent, or whatever you call it, shimmeriness. So this one's really pretty. It's just kind of, I don't know, I like cells in my flip cups. This doesn't create that, so yeah. Not bad though. It's really pretty. It's got some really cool shades of like the orange and the pinks and the peaches and the teal. And it's sparkly, so you can't go wrong with that. Here's our tree ring. The painting kind of got scorched a little bit over here when I torched it. Created some really cool effects. Typically you don't want to do that to your paintings, but I like it. And this one's mainly just greens, blues, teals with the bits of orange and yellows. I like it. Just not as vibrant as what I was hoping for. That's why we did the other one. I'll show you in just a second. This was one of our drips. With all those same colors from those first two. And there, in the very bottom of your screen, you can see how all of that is shiny. That's how the whole thing will look. When I do the how they dry video later this week or next week, I'll make sure, hopefully, that you can see all the shininess effects. Here's the other drip piece with lots of the orange and green, some red there, and you can see in that red all that shimmeriness also. Let's see, if I go around to where the light hits it at different angles, you can see how, look at that blue, it's so beautiful. So yeah, hopefully that didn't make anyone dizzy. Over here is our second tree ring. I wanted to redo to get all the vibrant colors, and it was a success. So we've got all the oranges and yellows with the reds, the blue in the middle, looks like a little whirlpool, and then more reds and yellows on the bottom. And then here was our dip, where we just kind of did a clean pour, reverse dip, where we did a clean pour and then put the bubble wrap on top, get this kind of pixely effect. really like this technique. I'll be doing this on a bigger scale in the future. And then here was our first like blow technique with all the white. So it made all these little light colored wispiness throughout. Really like how this one turned out as well. The white had pearlescent in it. I think I said that at the beginning. It was hard to tell until I wiped it off my hand and it left all the pearly parts. I'll have to wait and see when it dries if it really shines through like the other colors do. And then here was our second blow technique with just the red, yellow, and blue. Really cool. Again, this was the Sargent Art Pouring Medium mixed with the Sargent Art Acrylic Pearlescent Mixing Medium to give it the shiny effect. Let me know what you think about these pieces in the comments below. I'll be doing a how they dry video doing all the tiles that we've used the Sargent Art Pouring Medium on in the future, as well as probably some leftover paint pours as well. I've got a lot of paint left over, so let me know what you think in the comments. I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and do what makes you happy.